What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News. I got some new, juicy, steamy news for you. Reporting Terrance Crawford. Terrance Crawford has been a man and has been talking a lot and has a lot to say, about when someone puts his name in their mouth. Yes, I'm talking about Mikey Garcia. He said that it would be a boring fight. I've done a video on this currently, but this is the rebuttal of Terrance Crawford himself. He fired back on Twitter. And he was like, okay, Mikey Garcia, quote, "Yeah, I can understand why you don't want to fight me. And if I ran so much, why don't you let the tape out that showed me how I ran and how I ran right upside your head," end quote. Now, it's interesting to see that. I don't think that Mikey Garcia has yet came back with a rebuttal. But, my old video stated that already. Terrance Crawford is not a guy that just runs or just moves, rather. It is not a such thing as run. If you want to see someone that ran in a fight, look at McGregor Diaz 2. That's when you just run from a fighter. That was actual running. Now that I can understand. But when you move to avoid punches, like Mayweather, Landy Lara, Terrance Crawford, guys of that nature, that's not running. You're just a mover. That's a part of your strategy. Okay, moving side to side. Because you move side to side, you create a rhythm where if you're moving side to side, you know exactly where you can step from if someone tries to attack you from the right to the left or straight up the middle. And it's the best way. And, of course, you implement bobbing and weaving with that and head movement. You have some pretty good defense behind you. But I'm glad Terrance Crawford, has spoken his opinion to the masses, because Mikey Garcia is very aggressive these days. He wants to fight the best, and so does Terrance Crawford. These guys did fight at the amateurs, and Terrance Crawford beat him with ease. And of course I can understand Mikey Garcia not wanting to fight Terrance Crawford because he was already beaten by Terrance Crawford. Let me tell you something, guys. This is how it works. People always say, and history will back this up, when any time anyone ever sparred a guy, they know how they fight. People don't change the way they fight overnight. You know what I'm saying? Guys fight the way guys fight. And if you've went rounds and rounds and rounds with particular people, amateur, just sparring or whatever, right? You know how that person is. People have habits. Fighters have habits that they normally don't break. It takes a lot of discipline to break bad habits or just habits in general. They don't necessarily have to be bad, but they do dictate what type of fighter you are. Okay? So, for example, Oscar De La Hoya was beaten by Shane Mosley in the amateurs. Vernon Forrest beat Sugar Shane Mosley in the amateurs. It's just so many different. Gennady Golovkin gave Canelo Alvarez a beating in their sparring session. It's not there. No one has seen it, but I've read it. Golovkin had his way with Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez, it was exactly how that fight went. Canelo Alvarez was just a little bit more polished with combinations, and he made it look a little better because he's familiar with ring generalship when it comes to fighting, okay, and it comes to pleasing a judge's scorecard, to a certain degree, because the judge is going to judge how he's going to judge, no matter what. But these guys, if you spar, if you fought a person in your amateurs, more than likely they know who you are because they know the habits that you make. So they already know what they're going to do and what their strategy is going to do based on the habits you do while you're in the ring, while you're fighting. That's why Juan Manuel Marquez gave Manny Pacquiao hell. I know that was a professional fight, but Juan Manuel Marquez eventually ended up knocking out Manny Pacquiao, right? Simply because he knew the habits that Manny Pacquiao done, okay? He knew that. He knew what Manny Pacquiao was capable of and the things that he did in the ring. So, you have these guys that have fought each other in the amateurs, and a lot of people say, well, that doesn't matter, that was in the amateurs, but it does matter, because when you get hit without headgear, okay, that's a big difference. Yeah, Mikey Garcia has already been in the ring with Terrance Crawford. I can understand him saying, nah, I'd rather not fight him. I'd rather fight someone less mobile, more one-dimensional, like Errol Spence. Because Errol Spence is a go in and go seek and destroy kind of guy. Go get him. That's the kind of guy. Rip to the body. Use your toughness and your punching power to get inside. That's what he does. He can move, but he prefers not to. And since he prefers not to, he doesn't. You know what I'm saying? Just because you can do something, don't mean you're going to do it. So Mikey Garcia knows that. He knows I ain't going to go in there with Terrance Crawford, because Terrance Crawford went upside my head and I couldn't fight him like I wanted to fight him, because he wouldn't fight the fight that I wanted to fight. This is familiar with the Mayweather-Pacquiao. Pacquiao wanted Mayweather to fight a certain way in order for him to get his successful punches off, but Mayweather didn't do it. Sugar Ray Leonard did it to Hagler. Hagler wanted to fight Sugar Ray. Sugar Ray Leonard did not want to fight him. He boxed him. That's how he won a decision. It happens a time and time again. It might not be the most entertaining way to fight, but it's the most smartest way to box. Terrance Crawford did that to Mikey Garcia. Mikey Garcia's rebuttal was that reason. There's a reason for rhyme, and that's exactly why he said it. So, Terrance Crawford, that's why he's so adamant to bring that particular match, that amateur match, to the forefront, to let everyone see that he boxed Mikey Garcia with ease. Now, you guys tell me what you think about that. And until then, you guys been Counterpunch. Oh, please subscribe.